control like Poseidon. He's the king now. Tell the crowd. Everybody in the town. Tearing down any doubt. See the crowd coming down. He's the king now.
You know, it's 11:49 p.m. right now. I'm supposed to be sleeping, but the patch note just came out like 49 minutes ago. So I'll be talking about that right now. I won't be going too much into like the events this time. I'll probably just highlight out like the most important ones, and I'll just do it like post-edit or something. The thing I want to talk about today is the new cars of the Phantom Rider season. And let's just say I kind of had a mental breakdown looking at those cars. So aside from that, let's just have a look at it. So the first car we have in this new season, Raesr Aglaia. I don't even know what this is, but what is this car? I'm sorry, I won't be. I'm not even looking at the stats yet. What even is this car? I wonder. So naturally, I want to search for it. So Raesr Aglaia. We see Raesr, but well, where's the Aglaia? Like even this thing right here, like Gen 2 of Raesr. This is not the Aglaia. If we go into images, there's nothing about it. And if we were to just do this so that it searches to match exactly Aglaia, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So basically we just have a literal fake car that doesn't even exist in this game. How low did they get to add something that nobody ever fucking asked for, and it doesn't even exist? What is this? Who wants another Raesr in here? But let's just have a look at the stats. So 439, 85, high 85 actually, 47 and 46. So this car, comparing to the Bugatti Chiron, I mean, I have Evo on right now, but the Chiron normally it has 84 acceleration and 63 nitro. So compared to the Chiron, it seems a little bit overranked. But compared to something like, let's say, the DSYN, I don't have it upgraded, so I would just simply do /car and then the Deus. As we can see, 438, 86, 47, 47. So it's actually like not too far off from the DSYN, and like the rank is actually lower. So like it's probably not gonna be like as overranked as the DSYN. But then the DSYN has float. We don't have test drive for this cars yet. We'll have to wait until like the next update actually comes for like the official content creators to actually test drive these cars. But coming from the stats, it may be good. It could be good if it has like some sort of like good float, but then like it's not really like exciting or anything. Especially when again it's a fake car that nobody ever asked for. Alright, and we'll be moving on to the next one. Automobility Pininfarina B95. So we're getting another Pininfarina. 4606, that means another Elite A class. Yes, we're getting another one. So look at this. In like the past 11 months, we got the 111, then the 409P, then the Lexus Electrified Sport Concept or the BEV, and then the Silver Lightning, then the B95. So in the past 11 months, 5 new Elite A-class cars. They just kicked out like the entirety of like the original lineup and stuff. We just keep getting like A-class stuff, and this car doesn't even seem to be like that great because like, again, you look at the top speed and acceleration, that's good. The handling and natural though, is it really that good anymore? And let's just compare it to something that I find it to be like quite similar, the Forza P1. Yes, it does have a lot more top speed, It has lower acceleration. I only have it lower because I didn't apply the epics on it yet. Handling 7 more and natural is much less. So I mean the top speed, it could be good, like the top speed here could be good, but then like what I know about like all these high acceleration cars is that they don't really drift that well. And with like kind of not that great of a drift and a really low natural, I don't really have like much expectations for the B95. But it's now the highest ranked A-class car, right after the Silver Lightning got added. So like, I don't understand what's happening with these like insane amounts of like new elite A-class getting added to this game. Like, it feels like every 2 updates or so, we're getting like a new elite A-class. So, is it even worth investing in this class anymore? It's like, it's kinds of cars that are in elite A-class. Well, you know where they end up, in Platinum 1 MP1. So, they'll be paired with things like the Raesr, the Speedtail, the Ultima. The Ultima's not in here, but then like, see, this thing right here gets compared to all these S-class cars that will constantly beat this car like in every single race. So aside from elite, like what even is the point of like these cars? I just don't really get it. And then next, DBS 770 Ultimate. Oh, I forgot to show the stock stats of the B9. 12.68 natural, by the way. No one's gonna be able to drive this stock or 1-star, whatever. But DBS 770 Ultimate. This is another case of a car that's better in real life getting into Asphalt 9 and it becomes a worse car than the original. So we have the DBS Superleggera. The DBS 770 Ultimate is supposed to be the better version of the DBS Superleggera. It's worse in every single way, and it's in C class instead of B class. So, but alright, I just closed the fucking image thing. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, so it's in C class, right? Let's compare it with some C class cars. So the first thing I see that can be compared with the DBS 770 is the Raesr Aglaia 33. So let's have a look at the stats. Slightly higher top speed, slightly lower acceleration, slightly more handling, and less natural. So I think it's just like around the same level as the Aglaia 33. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good C-class car, but then C-class cars are just like not that relevant anymore, and this car is also not in elite C-class. So I don't see it getting much use either. I mean, I do like how it looks somewhat, so I mean, I'll take that. But so far, not a promising start to the new cars of this season, I must say. Even though we are getting like a new A-class ranking, even that is not even that impressive to me. So, what do we have next? Lotus Emeya. Lotus Emeya, yes. We're getting whatever this thing is. The fat car. Like, it's at around 2402, right? So it's like around here. With these stats, 376, 81, 75, 67. Sort of reminds me of the i8 Roadster. The i8 has like less acceleration, but then like around the same or a little bit more everything else. So got 2402. No one knows if it's gonna have perfect natural boost or not, but I guess it can be like a sort of decent-ish like D-class car, like comparing this to the Da Vinci. It's like about the same, less acceleration with more natural. Although the rank is like 2402, so it's like maybe a little bit overranked if we try to compare it with the Lotus Elise. I mean, the 6 kilometers per hour actually matters a lot in like D-class, but then every other stat's like quite a bit worse. I guess it's fine, like it's not that overranked, it's just mid, like, and probably no one will care about it. And these are the stock stats. If you want to bring this into MP2 or whatever, I guess you can, but then like, who will want to like drive so close in MP2 at this point? Next up, the BMW M Hybrid V8. That's okay. So this car, actually, I would say it's not that bad. So 4058 in B class, that would put it like around here at the same rank as the SLR McLaren. And if we compare this to the SLR McLaren, that's actually quite good. This car could actually beat the SLR because like what? It has more acceleration, has slightly more top speed, slightly more handling, less natural, but the free acceleration difference, it could be the key for this car to actually beat the SLR. So I guess that's a pretty good like mid-high B-class car. Although the actual car that it needs to be compared to is the Super Leggera, because like this is a superior car at this rank range. And looking at the stats alone, it gets a little bit less impressive, to say the least. But once again, we don't have test drives yet. And with how this car having this kind of like body, I would assume that it could be somewhat similar. Like it could have a similar suspension to the SC63, and that would actually make the car grip quite well. And it could actually be a decent like mid-high B-class car. However, it's still just a mid-high B-class car, so like it doesn't exactly have much use outside the probably like very early multiplayer. So until like they actually bring something back like Club Clash, which will probably never happen, then these kinds of cars will just forever stay useless, unfortunately. And here's the stock stats at 2554. So it's actually quite a high like stock rank, but then again, it's also still like a mid-high B-class car, and most of these like 5-star mid-high B-class car have like these kind of like stock ranks. Aside from something like Huracan, which has like a really low like stock rank. We're done with the M Hybrid V8. So what's next after that? Boom! Koenigsegg 121. I mean, we already had the Aglaia RS, but Koenigsegg 121. And my excitement died right after I read this line. Top speed 454.8 with these stats at 5,076 rank. 5,076 rank. With these stats, are you actually for real? The Tuatara Striker incident happening again to a different car. So we have the Tuatara, which is like the top speed variant of the Tuatara. It has like pretty good stats and whatever at 4,900 rank, and we get like this piece of shit with like much worse stats at 5,070 rank. Now the exact same thing happened again. We have the Aglaia RS, which is the top speed variant of the Aglaia in game with these kinds of stats at 4,940 rank. And now we get this piece of shit. I'm sorry. The 121, I like the car. However, with the state, like these kinds of stats, absolutely fucking not. What is this? This is just horrendous. You simply cannot justify like how overranked this car is. It's like 4,940. And that's like what? 30 more kilometers per hour, more handling, 15 more nitro, like less acceleration. So like this car is probably like very heavy like acceleration. Like it probably has like really high scaling on acceleration rank. But is it really that much for it to be at 5,076 rank? Like really? What else do we have to like compare with this thing? So once again, we go back to the Koenigsegg Regera. Why does the Regera look sort of comparable to this thing? At 4,600 rank. So now it's probably like handling, like the skill and handling is also high. But then why is it like still much higher ranked than the Aglaia? That doesn't make any sense. It's nowhere near better than like any of these cars. Let's just compare it with like my 5-star LVM. Like, dude, this just doesn't make any sense. These ranks make no sense with these kind of stats. This is terrible. How do they keep getting away with this? With making like these kinds of slop cars with like extremely high rank, but then like horrible stats. Like, even if this thing has like a gear drift or like Jesco drift or whatever, this is not worth 5,076 rank. I'm sorry. But this is just not worth it. It doesn't deserve this rank at all. But these stats it's gonna be like around 4,700 at most. But no, they put it at 5,076. And that honestly just disappoints me. It's like 1-1, even though I don't really want it to be in game because we already have the gear. It's a very highly requested car that people want to be in game. And this is what they get. A car with not that great stats. Is it really that worth making a car that's like this bad? This is just generally not funny anymore. With like the amount of like overranked slop that they're putting into this game. This is generally not funny anymore. But you know what's funny? If we compare this to another already overranked car in the game. So you guys already know about the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. Everybody knows that that car is overranked. It's bad, it's overranked, right? Well, guess what? 453, 454, 83, 83, 60, 59, 41, 43. It's the exact same thing! Except this time it's been ranked higher! What even is going on at this point? Like, you just simply cannot make this up. And then like, what if this car also has like negative fake acceleration, like the 300 Plus as well? It's gonna be even worse. Like, of course I'm not saying anything, because like, surprisingly, like Koenigsegg in this game actually has like quite accurate acceleration to like their stats. But then, this is already like very overranked. People, like everyone knows the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus in this game is like very overranked. It does not deserve 4983. There is no way in hell this car ever fucking deserves 5076 rank. Unless it gets a heavy buff, like it gets a massive buff. Same goes to its Roadster Striker. Like in 2025, yeah, we got a lot of like new cars, that's great. But then half of them are just overranked slop. Like, I did not crash out when I read the patch notes for the first time, for no reason. And you know how much worse that can get? With the final car of this next season, the Mustang RTR Spec-5 Formula Drift. So, S-Class Ford, that's actually like quite surprising. 415 km/h Mustang, that's kind of funny, I'm sure. But, once again, these stats, it does not deserve 4693 rank. You know what's also 40 something 93 rank? McLaren Speedtail 4593, 100 rank lower than this car. You would expect the Speedtail to have lower stats, right? Guess what?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn.
How is this higher ranked? You cannot make this up. How is this car higher ranked? This absolutely makes no sense. Who's making these kinds of ranks? I'm sorry. Who's doing this? These kinds of cars are just like genuinely like disappointed as to how they're like putting as like how they're designing like these stats and these ranks like recently. And now it keeps getting worse with the more amount of like slop cars that we get, the lower quality that these kinds of cars just gets in general. Like this car is also crap, like literal crap if you compare it with the Chiron. It's just a common occurrence at this point. Half of S-Class is just gonna be some random overranked slop at this point. And for now, like most of these are kind of fine. Aside from the Monster Super GT, but that car has like issues of their own, and like Euro Tour as well. This is just disappointing. What, like how bad these cars are compared to like their rank. I'm just like, you just simply cannot make this up. You just simply cannot make this up. At the end of the day, it's night. And this basically gives you a reason to actually like save your tokens for something better. For example, the Black Friday Burst of Speed that's coming in the season after this. So with like all these cards and stuff, just skip them all. I would say just skip them all. Just get the actual older cards that are better and like more useful for you. And speaking of that, let's have a quick glance at the events of the season. So I won't be like focusing like on all of them anymore because like I already spent like way too much time like crashing out at these card stats, but I'll be noting like a few important ones. So first one, Hololive Spotlight cards are there. Like most of the support cards are like legend store cards, aside from two cards being the Noble M600 and the Lexus Electrified Sport Concept. Those are the two cards that you mainly want to care about, because like all these other cards are either like a showroom card or they're in like the legend store, so it's really like not that important. So Noble M600 and the Lexus Spec, those are the two cards you want to care about. And the main card for this event is the RTR Spec-5 Formula Drifter card that I just mentioned. That is like, well, bad compared to rank at least. I just hope that these cards are fun to find, but man, these stats just disappoint me. Next up, now, this thing is interesting. Evo special event, meaning that we're getting 3 new Evo cards in the next season, next update actually. So, first card, BMW 3.0 CSL Homage. I mean, Evo will just make this car like a mid C class, so like, again, it's gonna be like the Camaro LT, where it's like something to just like test Evo on. And it's probably gonna be like commonly given out, like the Camaro LT as well, where now I actually have like every single part of the Camaro LT, and then like there's also like more for me to like exchange later for tokens. So I assume the homage is just gonna be the exact same. And next car that will be having Evo, Corvette 01. This thing right here, if it gets Evo, I would say it's gonna be like in around, I could probably jump to like around here, like when it comes to performance. So I have this car maxed since like forever, and then recently golded it from the special hunt. So I guess I'll take Evo for this car, because like I do want to drive like a good Chevrolet in this game at least. Well, when like the Fords, they now have an S-Class Ford now. So even though like the RTR Spec-5 FD, that thing, even though it's like not as good as something like, let's say, Speedtail, it's still an S-Class Ford. So like that's kind of cool. There's no S-Class Chevrolet Corvette. I kind of want, like, let's say the 01X to be like the A-Class King or something, because that car actually deserves to be the A-Class King. Well, compared to whatever we have over here, and like they're just adding like new A-Class cars like every single update now. So like, why not just get another one? But yeah, I'm actually like quite excited for the 01 Evo. And the final car that we're getting Evo in this update, Ferrari SF90 Stradale. So Ferrari SF90, this thing right here. Well, I mean I don't have it gold yet, but I'll probably have it gold like in that special event. This thing is already like not bad in Gauntlet, especially like in those twisty tracks like La Boca, like River Bustle, or like Gazera Island. Like it's actually like not that bad in like those kinds of tracks. I would say Evo will make the SF90 Stradale competitive in Gauntlet, like very competitive. Like, you know how Evo actually made like the Bugatti Chiron like absolutely broken in Gauntlet? But aside from the early like incidents with like these kinds of builds, like I don't even have an engine part yet. I don't even have it yet. But I can still do times like 18.4 in Resort Dash. It's already like extremely good. So I would say the same thing could happen to the SF90 as well. So like depending on like the kinds of archetypes and builds that people will be able to make this with this car, I would say like it could probably be like pretty much like the best car in La Boca or something. It could happen. But until then, we'll still have to find out, because like again, it's not the update yet, we only have the patch notes, and this is my opinion on like all of these stuff. DBS 770 Ultimate Grand Prix, so C-Class Grand Prix, I mean that's not many people cares about C-Class nowadays, even me as well. So the Raesr Aglaia, the fake ass car special events, featuring McMurtry Spearling, Rama Concept 1, 409p Modificata, SSC Ultimate Aero DT, Metro, and Tuatara. So we're getting 3 A-Class cars as supports and 3 S-Class cars. So Spearling, people did get a few blueprints for it from the from like a TOE that we had like kind of recently. So I guess like it's a good opportunity for you to get epics and perhaps like max out the Spearling. C1, this thing hasn't been featured in like forever, and it's also like very far down the garage level. It's at garage level 56. So it's probably a good opportunity for people to get the C1 after like quite a while of it not being featured anywhere. And 409p Modificata, I mean, I maxed this thing for very cheap in like the Mayhem event, so like I don't exactly have to like care much about it anymore at this point. So 1 car max is always good for like these kinds of events, because like you get more blueprints for the main car, and you also get like epics and perhaps like more stuff for like these support cars as well. And for the S-Class cars, SSC Ultimate Aero TT, absolutely garbage. Please do not spend on this car, but unless it's like in a multi-pack alongside that cars that you want, and then you basically have to be forced to spend on it. But car is absolutely garbage unless you like the car, or like the Sonic collab or something. I'm sorry, Boost, but this car is absolutely crap. I'm very sorry. But next up is a Metro. I mean, Metro is pretty decent for the 800 rank. It's fun to drive. Yeah, it's a pretty decent car. I wouldn't mind spending on it. And the Tuatara, this thing's just gonna be better, like straight up better than the Aglaia. The Aglaia is not gonna be better than this car. So like, if there's something to go for in the special event, it's gonna be the Tuatara. For me though, I don't think I can go for it, because like I just don't have enough progress on the Tuatara. Like normally, like in these kinds of events, I would snipe out like 1 support car in case like the support packs are like favorable, and that I can just get them, like the Days Way In and the Koenigsegg Chimera. Like both of these are in like support packs that I already have the 2 other cars maxed. So these 2 cars end up being like very cheap for me to get, but I don't think I can do the same with Tuatara, because like in this entire special event I only have the 409p at max and nothing else. So for me, I'll probably skip it. For you, maybe you could try to get the Tuatara, and depending on whether like this Raesr Aglaia, this piece of shit, if it's like any good from the test drive, then maybe it's worth waiting for. But honestly, just care about the SSC Tuatara. If you're close to unlocking it, please unlock it, because I'm pretty sure like this car, it's not gonna like appear like that often anymore, and it will just continue to be used as like support cars or anything. Like if I get like a Tuatara like unleashed again, that would be nice. But I just don't think that there'll be another unleashed for this car. That's just what I think. So if you're close to unlocking it, please do. Please just go for the Tuatara. It's actually a pretty good car, like in general. Of course, it has nothing against like these elite cars, but if you just want like another high-end S-Class car to use like in multiplayer or in Gauntlet, it's still very much usable nowadays. Cthulhu Spotlight. This is a very weird spotlight, only featuring 2 cars, the 918 and the Lycan Neon. 918 Legend Star car, everyone has it. Lycan Neon, it's a Gauntlet car, I already goated it, so like the spotlight is pretty much useless for me aside from free resources. But if you don't have the Lycan Neon, this car is pretty good, and it's also fun to drive. So basically, the Lycan Neon is like the Ultima RS, but better. It's like the better version of the Ultima RS. It's also like very fun to drive, very smooth. Acceleration, I think the acceleration is real, so it's actually like quite reliable as well. So for those that don't have it yet, you can save a lot of your Gauntlet tokens that could be spent onto something like the Devel 16 or the Peugeot 9X8, and you can just get the Lycan Neon from the Spotlight, and you basically get yourself a free, pretty good and fun to drive car. Evo Grand Prix. Probably like a new sort of Grand Prix featuring the Enzo Ferrari. So we might just be getting like Evo parts as like rewards. So that's just what I assume. But this is gonna be a new type of event. Nobody knows anything about it yet, so all we can do is just wait. Ultimate R Special Hunt. This is already the 4th time the Ultimate RS gets a special hunt. But honestly, I can't exactly complain. It's just 3 credits at this point, and like with how many cars that I need to actually upgrade, like all these cars are here, then like all these cars are here and whatever, like all these cars I need to upgrade, having more special hunts are always welcome. So I could just like farm more credits. And seasonal revving. This will basically be another kind of those like events that last for the entire season. Like like for the Bugatti Mistral Rimac C1, Des Voyant and Koenigsegg Aglaia. It's just gonna be like those types of events. It's on the main car as the Koenigsegg Aglaia RS, and it will feature the Silver Lightning, Monster Super GT, Lego FXXK, and the Sharon as like the support cars. So if you have like these cars are from like the most recent 2 seasons. So if you have like these cars, then you can get more improvements and for the Gear RS and like some more currencies and stuff. Time limited events, nothing really care about except for the Batista, Pininfarina Star Hunt, and Epic Hunt. So we're getting like at least 1 Star Hunt and 1 Epic Hunt like every single season at this point. So that is very appreciated. Like it's a good mode. Like you don't have to grind like as much as currents. Of course, it's limited. However, like the rewards you get in those like limited runs are still good regardless. So just do like these kinds of like star hunts. Like I would recommend against skipping like any of these star hunts, because like you would never know if these cars will like actually be useful or like required in the future. For example, the Saber or the Sabre. I don't know how to actually like pronounce this, but even though I don't have it unlocked like right now, to those that I already did the star hunt, so I actually do have like a head start compared to like nothing. And right now it is indeed required in the Monster Super GT event. So if you actually did like the star hunt back then, you could actually spend just a little bit of tokens for you to like unlock the McLaren Saber for like a few more conditions or whatever. That could always be like important in certain situations. So it's not worth like skipping like any of these events. Like even like all these other like TLEs and stuff, like it may feature something like the Aurora Tour like as a decent like S-Class car, and then like the Brady Blade GT1 or like 409P. Like it's never worth skipping on like any of these events that gives you like free stuff and free blueprints and like some free currencies. And for the car hunts, CX75 is the first out of 2 F2P car hunts in the next season. So this car is not that good. I mean, it's kind of fun to drive, but it's just not that good. So another collections item, Praga Bohemia is gonna be the Legend Pass exclusive car hunt. It's a mid C-Class car. Once again, it's probably just for collection because like it's not gonna be useful anywhere. C-Class, everything below B-Class is just simply not useful in anywhere in the game right now, unfortunately. And the second and final F2P car hunt will be the 599XX. People have been waiting for this car to come back because like, well, the last time for this car was like probably around 2 years ago already. So it's nice that the car is coming back. Unfortunately, like again, like every other C-Class is just not that useful anymore. And of course, like international, this is the original schedule, and dates and time for events may change due to this being like a very natural thing in like live service games. So some other changes in this update, I'll just skim through these. Flagship cars. When viewing the 3D model, you can basically just like open the doors of the cars. So there'll be 3 cars that will be getting this feature next season. That will be the Monster Super GT, the Raesr Aglaia, and the Koenigsegg One. So this thing right here, later on there will be like a button for you to actually like open the doors so that you can see like the interior inside. I don't understand why they want to do it with like a fucking fake car that doesn't even fucking exist, but I suppose. Nintendo 2 Switch update. It's gonna be a free DLC for NS2 that will include like features to improve the performance of the Nintendo Switch 2. will require purchase in Nintendo's Japanese eShop. I have no idea what this means because I don't use a Nintendo Switch myself. So to Nintendo Switch players, you can just like discuss this with each other. Ultimate startup details. So basically, you can only hold up to one ultimate startup card per class in your inventory. Yes, that's another like new feature in this update. Now we're getting ultimate startup, where let's just say I have my own 1-star Irration Imperium right here. If I use an ultimate startup, it will be instantly 2-star. Regardless of like how many blueprints I have it, then it will be instantly 2-star. So basically, no previously applied blueprints will carry over to the new level, and no trade tokens will be provided for applied blueprints. So it basically just sends you to the next star, and it doesn't care about how many blueprints you already have for like, the previous star. So like I said, please plan accordingly before applying the star. And they're non-refundable. Plus they're only in offers and bundles, so free-to-play players like me, we can just like cry about it and we can literally do nothing about it because it's gonna be another pay-to-win feature, unfortunately. New offer wall has appeared in game, allowing you to select from a list of surveys and challenges in order to receive in-game rewards. So a lot of games do this, where it has like a third-party like provider that basically gets you to do like other stuff, like do quests and whatever, like watch a video and then or like play another game and whatever, for you to get like more in-game rewards in this game. I personally find all of them to just be a waste of time. Like honestly, none of them are really worth your time, especially when you do not really like enjoy that. And besides, like they can be very sketchy, so like I just don't really care about like this offer wall thing. Next up, iOS Game Center support. I don't use an iOS device, so I don't know what to say about this. Final thing, very important, Brabham BT62. It will be leaving the featured rotation and no longer be included in rewards or offers. So we have some cars like both Inferno cars, the Terodian 1MW and the Mazzanti Ventura Mille Cavalli. These cars are basically like not obtainable anymore. If you have it, you can keep it, but they will never be featured in any event again. Same will go to the Brabham BT62, which is kind of fortunate because like this car is quite a good looking car, and like back when C-Class was relevant, this car was also used in like certain clash modes as like a budget option. Actually, no, not a budget option, because like it was locked behind Legend Pass, but it was still an option that can be used in Clash. But one good thing about this though, any legends that have managed to collect blueprints for the car will be receiving a free key for the Brabham BT62. So let's just say you just have one singular blueprint for the BT62, you will still be getting the free key. So it's just to ensure that everyone that actually had done something for like some progress with this car will receive the key for it. So it's basically going to be a free key giveaway for most of us players that has at least one blueprint for this car. So I would say that's a really nice farewell to like the Brabham BT62. We'll never be seeing this car ever be featured again, but at the very least, every one of us will still have this car as like a memoriam of sorts. And final thing, this update, new songs. So if you have in-game music turned on, and you will get more songs. You can see like some Avenged Sevenfold soundtracks will be in the permanent music list in the game. You know? There's some Pendulum stuff and Martinger and stuff, like Skrillex. Like a lot of people do listen to this. I kind of don't, but I know some that do enjoy like music from these artists. So I'm pretty sure that they will be hyped. But that's pretty much it for this update. I spent half of this video complaining about cars, rightfully so, because like they're quite shit for the stats at least. But aside from that, the events, this is a lot of events. Like even in like the special event section, this is a lot. So I would say this is just gonna be a season, a filler season for the Black Friday season afterwards. This is my take on it. Save your tokens, because I'm pretty sure like Black Friday season will give something even better than whatever is offered in here. That's just what I think. And also the free cars that are not featured in the first season yet, the M Hybrid V8. the B95 and the 121, I assume that those three will be in the Black Friday season. So if you want those cars, then it will not be in this first season, as we already went through the scheduled events and stuff. So that's pretty much it for this video. Sorry for like yapping and like complaining about the cars a little too much at the start, but thank you for staying until the end, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.